Infographic: military capabilities of Russia and Ukraine. The threat of conflict looms in Eastern Europe with more than 100,000 Russian troops amassed along the border with Ukraine. The U.S. military said on Monday it has put up to 8,500 troops on alert, ready to deploy to Eastern Europe potentially at very short notice should NATO activate a rapid response force. Following last week's high-stakes talks between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs Sergey Lavrov. Washington is expected to give a written reply to Russia's security demands this week. Russia denies planning an attack, but this has done little to ease fears. Cautionary measures are being taken as some UK and US embassy staff are being withdrawn from Ukraine. In the following series of infographics, we explain how we got here and visualize the latest events on the ground. Part of the 15 Soviet republics that made up the USSR. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine became an independent country and distanced itself from Russia. In March 2014, following months of anti-government protests in Ukraine that saw a Kremlin-friendly leader removed from power, Russia invaded and annexed the Crimean Peninsula. A month later, pro-Russian separatists began capturing territory from the Donetsk and Luhansk regions of eastern Ukraine. The ongoing fighting there has killed more than 14,000 people, according to Kiev, and displaced millions. Timeline from Crimea to now. The graphic below highlights some key milestones since Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine in 2014. Where are Russian troops stationed? There are now an estimated 100,000 troops stationed along the Ukraine border with an estimated 20,000 troops stationed near Donetsk and Luhansk provinces. In addition, military drills between Russian and Belarusian troops are expected to begin in the coming weeks as part of Allied Resolve exercises. Russia has already sent military forces and 2 battalions of S-400 surface-to-air missiles to Belarus. Deputy Russian Defense Minister Alexander Fomin told the Interfax news agency, "The goal of the exercise is to fine-tune the tasks of suppressing and repelling external aggression during a defensive operation, countering terrorism and protecting the interests of the Union state." Diplomatic talks have reached a stalemate. If diplomacy fails to ease the current impasse, Western powers fear that Russia could invade Ukraine at any time. According to analysis by the Center for Strategic Studies, CSIS, Russia may advance via 3 possible routes depending on the Kremlin's aims.